beat IU is exactly what the Buckeyes did, handily, 59-17. Welcome back to the .the Eye podcast, guys. I'm your host, Big C. Make sure you go ahead and smash that thumbs up button and join the Dynasty and subscribe if you are brand new. It was a complete domination from kickoff. Our Buckeyes scored 21 points in the first quarter, another 21 in the second, then putting up another 17 in the third. DH7 had a big game, finished 14 of 20 for 236 yards and 5 touchdowns. The leader of Tote Nation, Mike Weber, carried the rock 15 times for a $118 and 2 scores. But it was Zone 6 that showed up and showed out. Ben Victor had 5 grabs for 96 yards and a touchdown. Austin Mack had 2 grabs for 63 yards and 2 scores. Then Trevon Grimes had 2 catches for 27 and a touchdown. Also, A.J. Alexander had a TD. Demario McCall led the team with 7 catches for 86 yards. The Silver Bullets came to play. Jordan Fuller led the team with 6 tackles, but it was the rushman that set the tone. Jonathan Cooper had 2 sacks. Haskell Garrett had a sack, so did Wayne Davis and Keandre Jones. The BIA showed their ball-hawking skills, picking off King 5 times, led by Kendall Sheffield's 2 picks. Sean Wade, Wes May, and Jeffrey Okudah all intercepted the Hoosier quarterback. After the dominating performance, our Buckeyes are 11-0 and sitting second in the top 25. Miami still sits on top. Wisconsin is third, followed by undefeated Fresno State. Clemson is 5, followed by South Carolina, Stanford, FSU, Texas, and Kansas State rounds out the top 10. In the BCS, Miami is sitting comfortably at top of the polls, followed by our Buckeyes. Big Ten foe Wisconsin is third. Fresno State jumps to 4th, followed by Clemson, South Carolina, Stanford, FSU, Texas, and the shocker of the week, West Virginia. Looking at the Heisman race, 2 Buckeyes sit at the top. 3-time Heisman winner Mike Weber is the lead dog, but Demario McCall is not too far behind. Running back Elijah Holyfield from Georgia, Tavion Feaster from Clemson, and QB Jake Bentley round out the top 5 from South Carolina. Here are our stats for the season. DH7 has thrown just over 2,700 yards and 29 touchdowns, but has thrown 14 interceptions. On the ground, Mike Weber has carried the load, 203 attempts for 1,542 yards and 28 touchdowns. The senior back is having a down year as far as numbers, but he has been a great leader in the locker room as well as on the field. Demario McCall has had a true breakout year at H-back. 470 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. Add another 32 catches for 482 yards and 5 touchdowns through the air. Then 10 special teams touchdowns. This kid is scary. In his senior year, he has scored 19 total touchdowns. Zone 6 has also had a busy year. Ben Victor leads the team with 39 catches for 577 yards and 8 touchdowns. Austin Mack has emerged as a talented deep threat, 28 catches for 616 yards and 7 scores. The young wideouts Grimes, Gill, and Harris are showing that the Zone 6 has a bright future. The Silver Bullets have had an up and down year, but Wes May has been a bright spot. The sophomore leads the team with 65 tackles, 21 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 4 interceptions, and 3 defensive touchdowns. Senior Nick Bosa leads the team with 12 sacks, followed by fellow senior DN Jonathan Cooper with 10. JUCO transfer Bryant Neal chips in with 7. Junior corner Kendall Sheffield leads the team with 7 interceptions. He has shut down his side of the field, minus Jawan Harris from Penn State. Sean Wade and Damon Arnett Jr. and Wayne Davis had 3 interceptions apiece. We went into the season knowing these 4 would be scary, but have they led up to their name, BIA? Time to take a look at our recruiting board, and we are kind of have a problem here. But we meet 2 of the newest members of the 2020 class, starting with 4-star outside linebacker Brandon Owens from Union City, Tennessee. He's a solid coverage linebacker. He has decent speed with solid hit power and pursuit, but look for him to maybe get the red shirt his freshman year. And an interesting prospect from Cali, meet 4-star athlete Brandon Reed. He's 6'2" and at 213, but he has an interesting trait set. He has good speed with great hit power and decent pursuit, but he can catch big time, but his route running needs major improvement. He may be able to play a solid H-back or a possession receiver. Also, he could play outside linebacker. Now back to the major problem. We have 2 scholarships left and 3 amazing recruits. 5-star back Mark Walker, 4-star tackle Johnny Smith, and 5-star defensive tackle John Pittman. Which two do we focus on? Do we go after the talented back and the tackle or the talented back and the defensive line? Either way, Mark Walker is a must, especially after he visits with Bama this week. Comments below. Which recruit should the Buckeyes focus on? Now it's time to look ahead. It's the game. The biggest rivalry in sports today. Ohio State travels to take on the team up north. The Wolverines this year are led by quarterback Brandon Peters. He's thrown for almost 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns. The junior QB also has thrown 7 picks, though. Senior running back Karan Higdon leads the team in rushing, just shy of 1,100 yards and 9 scores. Chris Evans has rushed for 618 yards and 2 scores, but look for Higdon to get majority of the carries. Tight end Devin Asiasi leads the Wolverines in receptions with 35 and 5 touchdowns. Eddie McDoom is their big play wide receiver with 32 catches for 432 yards, but he only has 1 receiving touchdown. Kikoka Crawford is just as dangerous, 26 catches for 307 yards and 4 touchdowns. On defense, the Wolverines linebackers are ball hawks. Uche, Butler, and Bush lead the team in tackles, and in the secondary, David Long has 5 picks. This is going to be an interesting game, y'all. A win moves the Buckeyes to 12-0, but a win for the team up north would move them to the 7-win mark and guarantee them a bowl bid. So get ready, guys. It's going to be an all-out brawl in Ann Arbor. The number 2 ranked Buckeyes take on the Michigan Wolverines. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're brand new. Hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at BigCGotGame, and we'll talk in Ann Arbor for the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.